Hello students, myself Sumangla Biradar. In previous videos, we already discussed about what is cryptography and what is cryptology terms and classic crypto methods, that is simple substitution method, Kaiser substitution method, double transposition method, OTP method and cryptanalysis of OTP method. Now in this video, we will focus on taxonomy of cryptography and cryptanalysis. Before going to study about the taxonomy of the cryptography, first we'll see one of the case study, that is the ciphers of the election of 1876. This is actually presidential election conducted during year 1876 and it was the virtual election here. Electro votes are considered in this election here. So during this election period, so now contestants are Hayas and the Tilden here. So the Tilden party community, okay, persons are communicated each other with the help of the secret messages. So to generate those secret messages, they used encryption techniques as codebook, okay, and one more is the transposition. You already know that what is codebook here. So in the message, if you are having any important words, those words are converted as a ciphertext with the help of the codebook method here. Next, remaining words in the message in the plain text are converted with the help of this transposition. So for the transposition, you are using the fixed permutation here. Transposition is the shuffling of the words here. Okay, so in transposition you are shuffling the words. Okay, how to shuffle, that is fixed here. Okay, so now that fixed permutation is depends on message length here. So that fixed message length must be fixed here. Okay, it must be length of 10 words, 15 words, 20 words or 25 words or 30 words. For each words you are having the one fixed permutation, and according to that rearrangement, if you are shuffle your plain text, you will get as a ciphertext here. Okay, so let's see how actually it works here. So now this is the one of the example, and here I consider the message which contains the 10 words. You may have the question, that is, it's not like that all the plain text contains the fixed length of the words here. So in that situation, you have to do the one simple thing. For example, if your message contain only 9 words, but this method works for 10 words, then that 10th word you have to pad here. Okay, so then only this particular encryption techniques works here. So this is the permutation. Permutation, as I told earlier, what is permutation? It is the rearrangement of the sequences. What is actually your sequence of words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here this is the shuffling of the words. This shuffling of the words, it is fixed for the 10 words here. So now actual ciphertext message, whatever the message you have received is like this. Varsha, they read all unchanged, last are idiots, can't situation. Are you understand anything from this message? No, because this is the ciphertext here. So if you read, you won't get what actually this message means here. So now if you want actually what this message means, that plain text you have to get here. So for getting that plain text, you have to decrypt this message here. For decrypting, you have to follow the permutation as a transposition here. So what is your first word it shows here? 9. So in the ciphertext, ninth position, what is the word you are having? That is the cannot. So S, this one you have to consider as a first word here in the plain text. Next is 3. The third position, what is the word you are having? Read. So second word you have to take as a read here. Next is 6. 6 means word is last here. So that last you have to take here. Next is 1. So in the first position, what is the word? It is Varsha. So actually it is changed. How it is changed, I'll explain next. Next is 10. 10 means what? Situation. That word you have to substitute now here. Okay, replace. Next is 5. So in the fifth position you are having the unchanged. So now you have to take that word now. So next is 2. 2 means they. So now here you have to take that 2 here. Next is 7. So in the 7th position are. That one you have to write here. Next 4. 4 means all. That you have to write now. Last is 8. So in 8 is idiots here. Okay. So this is what you call as a transposition. And the transposition is for 10 words. This is fixed here. If you take any message, that message if it is of the length 10, this is the permutation here. Reshuffling of the words here. So if you reshuffle, then you will get the ciphertext here. Along with that, you are using one more thing, that is what code book here. This is your code book, and this code book you are using to substitute your plain text with the ciphertext here. So now for that I taken this example Varsha. So Varsha as a ciphertext where you are having this is S, here you are having as a Varsha as a ciphertext in your code book here. So then if you want to decrypt, you have to decrypt as a plain text here. So for that ciphertext, what is your plain text? Telegram is the plain text here. Yes, see, that's why that Varsha message is substituted by the word, that is the telegram here. Okay, so after code book and transposition, what are the message you will get? No, this message what you call as a plain text here. So if you read this plain text, you can understand what actually. Can't read last telegram. Situation unchanged. They are all idiots. Yes, this is having the some meaning. No, this is your plain text here. So during the election of 1876, okay, both the parties for making communication, they used this encryption technique here to prevent those messages as a securely. Okay, securely they want to communicate here. For that purpose, they used this technique here. Now drawback of this one is very simple, because the permutation it is fixed here. One time if any others, okay, as a cryptanalysis or as a hackers or intruders, so if they guess the sequence, then for any message if it is having the length of 10 words, then they can easily decrypt what actually message is there. Okay, because this permutation is fixed for all message which contain length of 10 words here. So this is the drawback of this particular encryption technique which is used during this election period here. Okay. So now you may have the question that if that is the drawback, then what is the procedure you have to follow? Very simple. Instead of using only fixed permutation for every message, if you take the different permutations, then it is the good one here. So simple thing is what? That permutation sequence whatever you are taken now, that is your actual key here. That key must be different for every messages. If it is different, then it is good here. So that is the concept only where comes under in this plain text here. So in classic crypto methods, what are the techniques you learn now? All those methods have the drawback of using the fixed length or fixed key here. Due to that, crypto analysis analyze that they can easily attack by the or guessed by the intruders here. So now that drawback you can overcome here in the modern cryptography here. So in the modern crypto, they used two terms, confusion and diffusion here. Confusion is substitution method. Okay, so in the confusion, you are using the substitution method. Substitution method means what? What are the characters you are having in the plain text? Those plain text are substituted with the another method. Or one more example is the OTP. In the OTP also, you are replacing the one letter with the another letter with the help of the XOR operation. That is what we call as a confusion. Next is the diffusion. Diffusion means what? Interchanging of the this one, double transposition here. In the double transposition, you are shuffling the position of the text here. In substitution, you are replacing the characters, and in double transposition, you are interchanging or you are shuffling the each characters here. So if you are combine these two methods, then you will get the new method that what we call as a modern cryptography here. And in the modern cryptography, instead of using the same key for all the encryption techniques, for every plain text, what are the key you are using? No, that key is totally different here. You are selecting the keys randomly. Okay, so those keys are different from one message to another message here. So due to that also, it is difficult for the cryptanalysis, and also it is difficult for the intruders to guess what is the key here. So next is taxonomy of cryptography. So here you are using the one of the method as a symmetric ciphers. So in the symmetric ciphers, once again you are having the two methods. One is the stream cipher and another is the block ciphers here. Stream ciphers, it is efficient in hardware, whereas block ciphers, it optimized for software implementation. For block ciphers, it is suitable for softwares, and stream cipher, it is efficient for the hardware. First, I'll tell what actually stream ciphers means. Stream ciphers means here what are the cryptographic or encryption techniques you will apply now. It is applicable for bitwise. Okay, each bit you are consider for convert the plain text to ciphertext here. Okay, bitwise you are making conversion from plain text to ciphertext here. Whereas block ciphers, name itself it tells it is you are considering the block here. Instead of considering individual bits, so you will consider as a old block, and that block you are substituted with the new block here. So for example, if I take the message, okay, I'll take this message as a 80 only. I'll take simple example as a this is one message. If it is the stream cipher, then you convert A first, this is first bit, and you shuffle or what are the things you will do, no, that procedure you will apply for, okay, encryption technique it is applied for A first, next it goes to T, next it goes to next character. So like this bitwise it apply the encryption technique to convert your plain text to ciphertext here. Whereas in the block cipher, so this whole word, this is your one word or group of the bits it consider as a one block, and this whole block is converted as a ciphertext here. So now that is the difference between these two. Is it clear now? Yes. What is stream ciphers? Stream ciphers means bitwise you are converting plain text to ciphertext here. Block ciphers, block, okay, group of the bits, or you are converting at a time as a ciphertext here. Next is public key crypto system. As you already know that in the public crypto system for encryption you are using the public key. It is public. Anyone can use this key for encryption here. Next one is the decryption. So for the decryption you are using the private key, and this key is the private. Only receiver know this private key here. So this is the next method here. Next, third taxonomy of cryptography is the hash function, generating the hash key for the your plain text message. And here the hash key, whatever the length you are having, your message may be having the varying length, but it creates or it generates a fixed sized hash key here. Hash key is fixed size, and it may be generated for the varying size of the message here. Plain text may be of the varying size, but hash key whatever you will get now using this hash function, that is fixed sized here. And it is what are the hash key will generate now, it is having the good confusion property here. Okay, so that due to that it is unable for the intruders to guess what actually method you are used to generate the hash key here. Okay, so any small variations if you do in the message, your total hash key will be different from that message here. So for example, if I take as a message, okay, simple message I'll take as a crypto systems here, and I converted, okay, this is your crypto system is a one of the message, and for this message I generated a hash key here. So whatever the hash key you will get for this one, no, okay, hash key whatever you are generated, no, after that I'll remove these two characters, from the message, and now this is your okay message here. So now only two characters are removed. After that, once again I'll apply the hash function, and once again I'll generate the key here. That key is totally different from the earlier key here. Only small variation I done here. Then also what are the key you will get from using the hash function? No, it is totally different here. Okay. So this is about the taxonomy of the cryptography here. Is it clear now? Okay. Next is taxonomy of cryptanalysis here. So what actually cryptanalysis? Aim of the cryptanalysis is to recover what is your plain text or what is your key, or obtain both plain text and the key here. So as I told earlier, if you develop any encryption technique, before you tell that yes, this is the good encryption technique, and that hackers or intruders are unable to guess what actually your message is. Okay, yes, it whatever the ciphertext you will generate using the encryption technique, that ciphertext is, it is difficult for this intruders to decrypt that one as a plain text here. So that one you have to check first. You have to prove that how much it is secured here. To verifying that, you are going for the crypt analysis procedure here. In the crypt analyst, they will try to check for whether is it possible using your okay encryption techniques, what are the ciphertext you are generated. No, they will analyze that ciphertext, and they will make the trial and error method as an analysis whether is it possible to get your plain text back here, or is it possible to guess what is your key here, or both here. So that is what we call as a crypt analysis. For making crypt analysis, crypt analyst perform the different types of the attacks here. Among those attacks, first one is the ciphertext only attack here. Ciphertext only attack means, so now intruders or crypt analysts know what is the encryption algorithm you are used, and after that what are the output you got from that encryption technique here. They know algorithm and they know ciphertext here, but they don't know what is your input here. Is it clear now? In the ciphertext only attack, okay, so attackers know which algorithm you are used to generate the ciphertext here, and they also know what is the ciphertext here. So what is the aim of the attackers now? They have to retrieve the plain text, or they have to guess what is the plain text or what is the key here. If they know the key, with the help of the key and ciphertext, they can get what is the plain text here, as I explained earlier. Or if they get the what is plain text, then easily they can guess what is the key here. So this is what we call as a ciphertext only attack here. Here encryption algorithm is known and ciphertext is known here. Output is known and what are the operation you are used, that is known here. But what is the input you are used and what is the key you are used to generate as a ciphertext, that is not known here. They will try to guess here. So such type of the attacks we call as a ciphertext only attack here. Next is known plain text attack. So in the known plain text attack, you know plain text and also you have the corresponding ciphertext here. Attackers or crypt analysts know what is the plain text here and what is the ciphertext for the plain text here. So then what is the aim of the attackers now? They want to try what is the key here. They want to guess what is the key you are used here. Okay. So with the help of that, they will try whether is it possible to get the key or guess the key here. So such type of the attack, what you call as a known plain text attack here. Next is chosen plain text attack here. So for chosen plain text attack, attackers what they will do, they will select their own plain text, and even they don't know what is the encryption technique you are used, they will use their own encryption technique and they will encrypt this plain text here. Okay, so now that plain text is what it is, putative plain text. Okay, attackers will generate their own plain text and that text they will encrypt with the help of their encryption technique. because they know only the ciphertext here. So after trial and error method for their putative plain text and their encryption technique, if they get the same ciphertext, what are the ciphertext they are having, then yes, with the help of that they can try to guess what is your plain text and what is the key here. Is it clear now? In known plain text, even attackers know what is plain text and what is ciphertext, but they don't know what is the key here. In the chosen plain text, they know only the ciphertext here. So for the ciphertext, they will try to guess what is the plain text or what is the key here. Next, adaptively chosen plain text attack here. So adaptively chosen plain text attack is, it is like the chosen plain text only. So now here, what are the plain text they are using? No, so they will make the guesses here. Okay, frequently they will check for the what message you are using, and based on that they will try to guess what actually the your plain text and what is the your ciphertext here. Next is related key attacks here. Related key attacks means they will use the concept. So for one plain text and ciphertext, they know what is the key here. Okay. So as I told, in the modern cryptography, for every plain text, it is encrypted using the different key here. So for one plain text, the attackers know what is the key here. With the help of that key, they want to guess the remaining all the keys here. So that is what we call as a related key attacks here. Next is forward search here. So forward search, it is also like, for example, I know, okay, so plain text is S, and for that ciphertext is also attackers know here. Okay. Now is what? For the S, opposite is what here? Forward search means what? For the S, next one comes to the opposite as a no here. So like that, if they know what is the plain text S, and for that what is the ciphertext also, that attackers know. So for the S, next sequence comes is the no here. So then they will try to guess for the no and what are the ciphertext they will try. Okay, for that they will use their own technique or guess. With the help of that they want to try the what is the key they used in case. Okay, for the S, so if this is the ciphertext is generated, then for the no, what are the key they we used to get as a or generate as a ciphertext here. So like this, they will make the different types of the attacks to recover what is plain text or what is the key here, and with the help of anyone they will get the another one here. Okay, aim of the attackers is to get the plain text and the key here. So for that they will perform all this type of the attacks here. With the help of these attacks they will try to get what actually your plain text or key here. Okay, this is what we call as a crypt analysis here. Is it clear now? Okay, thank you.